Riffs is incredible thing, actually.
They're
The
so
riff,
good, man.
it's what a riff is like center of the space, like of center of the uh
Universe.
universe. Yeah.
Okay, right. So I am here with the decapitated mastermind himself, Vogg Vatwaf Kieltika. Did I get that right?
Yeah, it's perfect. Hello. Hello everybody. Yeah, thanks for taking your time for interview. And yeah, it's perfectly actually. I know it's not easy because it's a Polish name, and even actually in Poland, it's not the easiest name. It's not that typical Polish name.
Oh,
So
really?
I'm I'm really good. I'm with my family at home. It's beautiful weather. I'm busy. Preparing so much things with Decapitated, with my friends in a band, and tomorrow we're gonna film another video for upcoming single for Just a Cigarette. I think I can spoil it
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. No worries,
There's no
man.
problem. We are really close to the album premiere. It's gonna be 27th of May. So excited. Yeah, it's so many things happening around. There's so many positive and good things going on.
Oh, good, man. So, kind of going back a little bit. So, what was it, that made you think, okay, now it's time to start writing, for a new album? What was it that
Yeah,
you?
yeah. It's already we have to move to 2020, and
Mhm.
it's been already 3 years after the last record, Untitled, been released because it was last record 2017,
Yeah.
and we've been playing tour in Europe in 2020. We just start first week of tour, and we hear some rumors about some coronavirus and something like that. And on the beginning of the tour, it was still nothing too much dramatic. And then after 1 week, it started growing so much that about somewhere about like we did 8 9 shows, and we've been in Glasgow in Scotland. We've been forced so much to just cancel that and come back home. We've been we having people from US, from Canada on that tour, so that was no other way just to cancel it and come back home and see what will happen. No one expecting what happened for the next few years. We've been, I mean, that was another completely new situation for obviously for every single human being on the planet. And so we come back home after after the tour would been canceled in March 2020, and that was the moment that I decided like start to write the new material. We don't know how long it will take with COVID, and uh, that's the right time. I knew that I will spend 2 weeks at home alone, because that was the our government rule that someone who come back from the outside, they need to spend 2 weeks alone at home. Um, so I was thinking, yes, that's the right moment. I start to write. I start to write first riffs for the song like Last Supper, for Just a Cigarette, and I start to keep going with that process, which take over the 1 year to
Okay.
collect all the songs. Yeah, to continue with the question, maybe a little forward. So yeah, it took about 1 year and something to collect all the songs. Then after that, I spent about 3 months to practice this material with my drummer James Stewart here in Krakow. And after that, recording session, and all mixes, mastering, and right now we're doing videos, and it's quite a long process.
I was gonna say actually, my last show before COVID was when you guys played London. That was the last one that I had. So it
Oh
was
wow, really?
yeah.
So really close to like general closings of
Yeah.
everything, right?
I think it was like the 12th of March or something like that, and everything shut down like maybe one or 2 days afterwards, something like that.
Right. Because I remember we could we could keep going with that tour after Scotland. We supposed to come back to UK for another few shows, but not gonna. It didn't happen because people start really freaking out and
Yeah.
they really wanted to go home.
Yeah, man. No, I totally understand. So was the songwriting process quite easy for this record? I can imagine you've got quite a high level of quality control when it comes to the riffs.
Oh yeah, there's a level of quality control. There's a level of expectations. After long time, and now it is always like you need to deliver as at least a same good album as previous one. There is no, the most important thing is just deliver the most interesting music that you will not make people boring or something like that. Like it need to be some kind of level of of the music that you wanna um, express, some level of emotions you wanna express and then show for your audience. I mean, I was always this kind of musician that I need to satisfy myself first,
Mhm.
because I start making music not for the people. I start music because I wanted to make a music.
Yeah.
It was my, because I love to do it. I just, it was my thing in life that I like to play guitar, and and I love to create the music. So if this makes me happy, if I have a riff that makes me excited, then I'm sure there will be someone that will dig it like me, and we can share it. That's something I represent. Um, I don't do like something like, I don't do music for people that I don't think what kind of riffs, what kind of music I supposed to make to
Yeah.
make people happy. This is not something like that, but I know that expectation from our fans, because we already have a big like a society, almost like the fans, that they are waiting for that, and they're really looking for new stuff from us. So yeah, it was high level of expectation. And yeah, the process wasn't easy. It's never easy. It's never easy. It's really I believe for every artist, mm, it's really maybe not painful, but you need to put time. You need to put this energy yourself, full of yourself, and you need to express show what is inside of you. I had even like during the recording process, I had something like, I even when you start to record, when you start to show your material to the sound engineer, so the people are around in the studio, it's like showing yourself, so showing your emotions. So for some of the songs in here on the cancel culture, I had something like, even like I feel kind of not like a shame, but I was kind of, like you have to, this is something like you have to go and tell someone really something really personal
Yeah.
to someone else. So it's kind of something like that with this album. It not all the songs, but because there's also like lots of like this cold death metal, just like a classic, ripping riffs, and but some of this, like a, let's say like 15% of this album is really personal, really like telling your own personal story for someone else and showing your what is your inside and
Mhm.
things like that. So yeah, the process itself was actually in this case talking about like process in COVID, because there was no tours, no shows. It helps a lot. It was so much helpful because like you don't have to go there and come back from the tour. So it's just uh you can be that much focus.
Yeah.
So this time I had probably the so much time, like probably like before the debut album, because after the first album we've been touring a lot, and I have so much things to do with my music school, music academy, and then all these tourings and all these crazy things around what happened. But this time I just sit down in my home studio and with my family here in Krakow for long time,
Hmm.
first time in my life, like first time since 20 years, and I have finally time to really really focus on what I'm doing, what I'm making, that I'm making music,
Yeah.
and that was incredible, and it's really, I think, had a huge impact for this album.
Mm. I definitely think that, I think especially what you were saying about being quite vulnerable when you were, sort of like showing people some of this. I feel like it's, your most diverse record to date.
Yeah, it's like a it's something like every song have different flavor, but
Yeah.
it's in the decapitated marinated marinade. you
Yeah,
know
yeah, yeah. You can tell the decapitated chefs are behind the scenes, but yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, but it's very diverse album, and every each song uh, comes with the different music, different emotions.
I also kind of feel that it's quite accessible at the same time. Like I feel like it's still got the power and the fury and all that sort of stuff, but you can kind of latch
I
on
like
to it.
Yes, it's kind of like I was even show this album to my friends. They are not metalheads. They are listening music, but more like jazz, more like indie rock, pop,
Yeah,
and they all like agree that, all right, this album you can like listen like it's going easy, like it's
yeah.
easy to listen, like so it got this kind of I don't know, I don't want to use the wrong word, not the pop jazz, not like, but easy, but it got something, probably because it's very a huge amount of melodies,
Yeah,
and it's like a quite good meal. If you order the meal that, oh, I can really have this, I can eat all of, I don't know, maybe it's not the right example, but it's just like it flows. You can
yeah,
flow with that for all the time, and it's not too short, not too long as well.
yeah.
It's like about 37 minutes, could be even shorter in my opinion. But no, it's you have to know that we actually, some of the songs, we cut lots of the material from the songs. You can hear it now,
Oh,
because
really?
like for Hello Death there was like 30 something seconds, um, first the beginning of there was a slowly riff of the
Mhm.
beginning, like an intro riff, and then this fast section start. But we just decided like, maybe no, boom, go straight. Yeah, and that was the same, like we just cut some of the parts from the middle of the song, like because we feel like it's not necessarily here because it makes song a bit longer. That was one of the goals for the album, to not do too long songs,
Mhm.
which was quite we have already in Decapitated, we have already long lots of long songs. So right now we're focusing about like 3 4 minutes. There's like two, maybe almost 5 minute songs which are quite long, but it's still okay. But yeah, there is a lot of think there was lots of thinking about arrangements this
Mhm.
time, about to make this album, just when you listen to it, to not bore people,
Yeah.
just easy listening, something like you listen this album once, and you maybe there's a chance for someone who wanted to listen again for a second time, which I don't know if these times ever, if it still happens something like that, like people, they are listening, are you listening the whole albums these days? Like you go for Spotify or something like
Yeah.
that and listen just playlists and stuff like that. But yeah, that was a really interesting process, really interesting. And yeah, we have
I really like, man. I'm all about the album. I like listening to something, from like track one until the end. But I totally agree. It's very interesting, and I think the collaborations were very, very cool. How did they come about? Were you just kind of like, oh, that would be interesting? Maybe if we get is
yeah,
Tatiana, is that right? On a song?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Thanks very much. We have two collaborations on that album. We have
Yeah.
Tatiana from Ginger, and we have Rob Flynn from Machine Head. Uh, so with Rob was kind of obvious choice because I'm became a member of Machine Head since like 2 or 3 years now. No,
No
let's say two.
way, that long.
Yeah. It's I yeah, right. So yeah, I joined the band in 2019.
Wow,
So
cool.
wow, it will be close to 3 years now. I mean, of course, it was a COVID time, so we we didn't play together because they were in California and I was here in Poland, so there was no
Mhm.
possibility even to fly it. Yeah, with Tatiana, I think it's such a unique collaboration, and we make something unique, something which is like a little shine on the metal music scene for the last few weeks now. Something really special, especially talking about a band like Decapitated playing extreme music like death metal, fast music, and Tatiana's band Ginger is also extreme, but maybe in a different direction and different style. So not many of the Ginger fans knew about Decapitated. I think I can tell that talking about reaction videos I can see on YouTube right now
Mhm.
that most of those people they doing this reaction videos they their first time uh like discover Decapitated. Tatiana come to my mind when I was creating the demo for Hello Death. I have a bunch of progressive riffs. I trying to do something different, something yeah, just different is the best word. Different for uh, um, different that any other songs on this album. And I was even trying to look for some other inspiration, looking for some YouTube drum cams, uh, which like showing me the different patterns from the drummers because I still creating drums for the demo,
Oh,
so I
okay.
can yeah. So that was a I have this demo of Hello Death, and I was listening Ginger, and I just became to idea like why we shouldn't ask Tatiana about the guest vocals. And I knew a bass player for Suicide Silence who is a friend with Alex
Mhm.
Lopez, who is the boyfriend of Tatiana,
Oh,
and
no way.
he used to be he used to be a drummer of Suicide Silence, and I think he quit just like last week.
Yeah.
I seen the announcement, so I asked Alex about maybe he can ask Tatiana to just sing with Decap, and she was listening to the song. She really liked the song. She was agreed, and she even put more vocals than we expected. We've been asking just for middle part, and she record more, especially, and that's great because the last part, the last riff in this song is actually incredible, the best part of the song right now. So
But it's interesting, like I like the the different kind of tones that Tatiana and Rob offer to what the classic Decapitated sound is. It just makes it more, I think, like you say, more progressive, more kind of just different, really.
yeah, just more progressive is I think is a good word in here, and it's for the first time we have the clean, let's say clean vocals in Decap.
Yeah.
We've been using Rasta can sing, and he delivers some kind of singing vocals, but it was always some kind of deer toned, like half and half screaming and singing.
Mhm.
But right now we make something completely new for this record using asking such a great uh, personalities like Rob Flynn and Tatiana Shmailu to just sing clean vocals on the riffs. It's something like stepping for the um for the different direction,
Mhm.
and something that we never did before. We have a guest. We had like a guest, maybe um, guitar players like Jeff Loomis, or but never no one who can sing like that and become really really great. I mean, I cannot imagine those two songs without them, especially with Hello There with Tatiana,
Mhm.
but also Rob's part in Iconoclast. Oh, it's just fabulous. It's beautiful, beautiful piece of music, beautiful part of the song. And right now, yeah, without this, it will be just kind of empty and just not as is right now. Like I have the feeling that it's like full, like song that's supposed to be composed in the right way. For me, like as a Machine Head fan, as a I was a kid
Yeah.
till now, I like having Rob Flynn, frontman like that in my band singing. It means something to me.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Yeah.
Burn My Eyes, The Blackening, like,
Right? Yeah,
huge,
hell
huge
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, right? It's amazing. I'm excited. Hell yeah.
Absolutely. What's so what, what's it been like kind of, being in the decap camp, but also in machine head camp? Is that kind of fairly easy to sort of work around or?
Well, it's possible. It's not easy, like 100% easy for all the
Mhm.
time, especially talking about the shows,
Yeah.
because talking about like creating, sending some ideas or recording, it's basically these days not that big deal because we have internet, we have WeTransfer, we have all these things. Like even if Rob wants me to record a solo and send to them, it's not problem at all. I can record it at home and just using a DI box, and they can reamp it in the studio in California, which we actually did it because I record all the guitar parts, some of the riffs and some of the solo parts here in this room we're talking right now.
No
In
way.
Yeah, right here with my laptop, with my Focusrite and my reamp box, and sending just like in 3 seconds to the studio in Oakland. That's it. And so yeah, that part is quite easy.
Mhm.
Uh, Also, I deliver a few riffs to Rob, my own reads, so he could check because he was asking me about the some riffs for Machine Head, and so I record a few and sent to him. So he took this riffs and created two songs for new Machine Head album, which is for me that's also blown my mind. Think like I'm participated in two songs on the new Machine Head album, plus all those solo parts. It's
Yeah, man.
incredible. That's cool because it makes me feel like I'm a part of the band right now, not just like a session player. So
Mhm.
it really means a lot to me. And just the one issue will be here, like playing shows, but still the fact that Machine Head is not there's the band that not playing the summer festivals
Yeah.
since a few years now. So it gives me opportunity for playing whole summer with Decap, do all the festivals, and and tours. We just need to be still in contact with the Rob and Joseph, which is Machine Head manager,
Yeah.
if we wanna book any of the tours. So we don't wanna book the same time or whatever, like make any of the problems to any of the band. And but it's still all possible if you go like with all these logistic things smart. It's all possible.
So going back to cancer culture and stuff. So what are some of the themes that are on this record?
Probably the one of the most important thing here, I would say, because with the title "Cancer Culture," um, maybe some people could um, think that it's all about this cancel culture thing, which is not, which is only in the title song.
Yeah.
Uh, we talk about these social media problems, about the haters, about the crushing single persons by like thousands of people they are not agree, or they haunting each other, things like that, putting out of the society. That's the first song on the album, the cancer culture. But the cancer culture, the um, album title itself, it got a way wider meaning. Cancer in this meaning uh, is just like a synonym of the humanity.
Mm-hmm.
It talks about that basically we are the cancer of this world, and we are cancer culture, that the humanity society, uh, because we pretty much like we don't respect each other, we don't respect the planet, and we still going for war. We just, it's about like also like our high expectations about ourselves, about our lives. And yeah, we have a few different topics also about the like iconoclast, about this song talking about religion, about all the mistakes the Catholic Church did, about all this, you know, not, it's a terrible things they are doing, and they are, you know, showing all those things are right now going on the top of the game. Like you can read on the news all the pedophiles, dramatic happenings, and even like a killing kids in Canada and things like
Yeah.
that. Basically, think lyrics here talks about real things, real like present things going on a planet. Basically,
Mm.
there's a one short song locked, showing a little bit of the problem of all the around the COVID things as well, like
Ah.
being locked, being alone, being at home and stuff like that. Um, Hello Death is, yeah, obviously it's about, you know, about life and death. It's
Yeah.
about like it's a kind of tricky lyric, because it's about like in this lyric, like life is something not normal, like
Mm-hmm.
death is the normal state of the things, and if we are alive, it's something like uh, something which happened, like shouldn't happen, that we are alive and then we come back for the normality by dying, something like that, you know. And also we have this just a cigarette. Is a song about like that we have our life as huge expectations. Sometimes like most of people think like they became the hero, they become something important, they do something, they will do, they they think they will do something important. Some, but suddenly the real life is, it's really often it's a it's just like a regular life. You go for the job, you do your shopping, you know, you just live from day to day, and sometimes not really uh that, you know, you don't become as the rock star, you don't become as a someone special. The lyric author is my friend Jarek Schubrit.
Yeah.
He's my longtime friend from we played together in like 97, 98,
Mm.
99 for a few years on the late 90s and beginning of 2000, 25th
Yeah.
century. So he's a writer, he's a journalist. He got good view for the situation on the world. He's a writer for Polish newspaper, one of the biggest Polish newspaper, Wyborcza, which is like a kind of like Times or
Oh, cool.
yeah, something like that. So he knows what's going on. He's posting it every day. He's looking for reality, and he tried to deliver as always, which in Decapitated is always something like showing the dark side of the human nature and everything what we are doing here, which is wrong, and all this bullshit we going through, so that we don't learn from our mistakes, kind of.
Never.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I wanted to ask you, obviously, as an incredibly gifted guitarist, and your status as a guitarist, everyone, believes that you are a fantastic riff writer and solo writer. So do I, man. Like, I love your riffs. But what for you is the most important element in a riff or a solo?
For me, I can tell by myself, actually.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, a riff should be easy and should be catchy. I think so. I shouldn't tell that because I'm not an example of that. But it need to be something that uh, there is some element when I create the riff that I play some idea for 1,000 times again
Yeah.
and again one riff, and it's like a sculpture, like a sculpturing is a good word, sculpturing,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a sculpture maker making this and just like probably drawing for the moment that he think is perfect. It's something like that with the riffs that I played that people will be not believe how many versions of riff is before like this riff you can hear on the album, like this version, which sounds like, yeah, this is actually just a little, just like a riff, like okay, sometimes riff sounding easy and catchy, but this is results of the hours of tryings and of the experiments with the one similar riff all the time for trying this many times. As soon you know, oh, this is that version of
Yeah.
the riff I wanna use. And riff's supposed to have this I don't know, this, I'm looking for the right word right
Yeah.
now. This something which is hard to describe
Yeah.
as in the word, that makes you feel like wow, like like oh, like excited, oh, that's incredible, like I have it, eureka,
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that, something like that. If you're like listen metal for a long time, and you are after all these albums, like this all the Metallica riffs, all the Sepultura, Anthrax, Slayer, all these riffs, and then you are trying to to look for your riff, which will be even like a little bit close that for the best riffs you know already. It need to be just at least something like you feel some kind of same energy, like some kind of spiritual experience that it goes together with things you play. I think it's important to spend some time, like uh, because when you are in good shape with the playing, when you have finally become with the good sound from the hand, then it's easier to create a good riff because you can already say if something's sounding good or not. But I mean, I talk about something like I spend like 1 or 2 hours with the guitar, and finally I'm really warm, like I'm in fire, like
Wow.
I just can focus on uh, it's basically like like you will try to make a fire from the stones,
Yeah.
like like people, like first people on the planet trying to make a fire from the stones, you know, and you need to spend hours and then try. It's the same with the riffs, and you finally have this fire. That means you have the riff. It's something like that, basically. You know, it's crazy,
Yeah,
but
man.
it's not easy. It's not easy because it's just 12 notes, and it's, you know, and you have the 12 notes, and you need to create something from this,
Mhm.
and taking uh in mind that having in mind it's like so much amazing riffs been already made, you know, like what else you can do.
What's left?
What's left in this box, but it's, I believe it's still left. It's, and the left is inside of you. It's
Mhm.
not left on the neck, and not nothing left on the neck of your guitars, on the pickup, in the strings. No, if it's you is left, you is left, you know, and that's amazing. So uh race is incredible thing, actually, you know.
That's
The
so
race,
good, man.
it's what a race is like center of the space, like of center of the uh
Universe.
universe. Yeah. Basically,
um,
if yeah, okay, yeah,
no, no,
that's
no.
it.
Go on, go
That's
on.
no, that's it.
Riffs.
Let's keep it going. Let's keep it
The
going.
title of this video is going to be "Riffs are the center of this universe." I just wanted to quickly. Ask. I saw that you guys were helping out with Ukraine and everything. How was that? What was that experience like?
Um, you know, after what happened, I hear the news about the war in the radio in my car, and it had so much impact for myself. Like I was in shock for the few hours, and this day I feel like something is changing for real. Like
Mm,
it's not practicing, it's a real shit going on, and it's close. So I feel even twice more intense because I live in Krakow, and Ukraine border is 3 hours driving from my place where I
mhm.
live. So it hit me quite strong, hearing this news in the radio, because I don't watch TV. I don't watch news in TV.
Yeah.
So I just been listening radio in the car, and it all this happened that Russia attacked Ukraine, and I was like, holy shit. I was in shock, and then after the few hours, I decided like I need to do something with that. Something, there need to be some reaction in here.
Mhm.
uh, I already know some people from there, and we have already in lots of Ukrainian people before this conflict in Poland, because the Ukrainian people have been moving since last few years here to Poland for just for living and looking for the job, and
Mhm.
and I knew that I those people are really cool, and they're really friendly, and they doing great job here in Poland, and never had any issue, any problems with these people, and nothing, no bullshit, no nothing. They are really really great workers. They're great people, really
Mhm.
nice. And but anyways, I just felt like if this conflict is going there, we are next, and everything, anything could happen. So if
Yeah.
this is going that close, it's we are next, we are a part of that, kind of, and so I decided like, okay, let's post it on Facebook that we collecting stuff, and we going for the border, because I have my van, so we can drive sometimes for shows, for festivals. So
Yeah.
I we make post on Facebook that we're gonna collecting everything what you can bring to one of the place close to my home.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people already. In a few hours, we just packed the whole big van of the food, clothes,
No way.
medical supplies, and everything what you can imagine. It was so much, so surprising and incredible
That's
that
amazing.
like so many people, like not just like a fans, not just like all the people I have on Facebook, the friends, parents from my kids' school as well. Mostly things, parents of the friends of my kids from the
Yeah.
school. So they bringing everything. I was really uh how to say, like I was like really positive,
Yeah.
uh, surprised
Hmm.
that in 1 second, one day, so many people can be uh, united and helping each other,
Yeah.
just like just like that. So we put all those things in my car, and next day morning, me and two of my friends, we go for the Ukrainian border, because our goal was to bring people from the border, because we hear that so many refugees are crossing border and they need transportation to the town, to the places they can help, get some help, some warm clothes, and just a roof under the over the head.
Yeah.
So then we did it, with two of my friends. We go there for the border, for the one border, like there was already some kind of like police or like military police. So they said like you will not go there, and so we turn to the other border, like
Hmm.
bigger it calls Medica, so and then we go straight like 5 meters from the border of Ukraine. So we could see all those refugees crossing the border, like thousands of people, mostly like women and children,
Hmm.
like thousands of like for the hours, for the whole day, and for the whole day, for whole night, for I don't know how many, like 1 or 2 weeks, all the
Hmm.
time. So we've been there, okay, and then we say we're not across the border because we have goods for the people,
Yeah.
and we actually, that was a kind of mess. We didn't know what to do, and we asked the police guy if we can cross the border. So okay, like wait for this moment where they open, and then you can drive, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So we drive there, and just like on the other side of the border, there was a military guys from Ukraine, the soldiers of Ukraine, and then we just give them everything, and then we come back. They asking us if we can come back a few times, because there's so much stuff on the Polish side. It was tons of things like food and everything, medical supplies. So we been taking this and come back for the next 3 times, and then we come back home because it was like already too late.
Yeah.
And then we trying to take some people to Krakow, but it was too late, and they were actually not really wanted to just sit in the car for someone they don't know and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and they have already placed in some schools, on a sports hall, and
Hmm.
they people, they prepare special places for those people, so they get all help they need. So yeah, but we do, we did what we can. We, like
Yeah.
just even like a little help. It was cool. I mean, like we do like 3 or 4 buses full of things. So that's
Wow.
pretty low. I still have lots of stuff in my basement, in my garage, because there's a lot of uh, expensive things, like more professional things right now we buy, because we've been collecting money on the PayPal, and fans of Decapitated, and also fans of Machine Head, Rob Flynn, they send him a lot of money
Oh
to
wow.
to 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 donate. Like Rob Flynn and Jared, they do special happy hours for head cases, and the head cases send money, and they like few thousands of dollars they've been sending to our PayPal, and
That's amazing.
yeah, and then my wife and then all the team we created, they buy things like power, what's the name,
Is it like
like
a generator kind of thing?
generators,
Yeah.
powers generators, a Motorola, this no phones, like this radios, Motorola
Yeah.
radios,
Yeah.
the things like for example, because there's tons of stuff, they like these pills to you put it into the water. It's a clean water you can drink and stuff like that.
Ah,
So
yeah.
it's a and the warm uh what is the name of that, like you can cover it. Like when it's cold, you can cover by like all these warm things you can
like a
cover.
blanket kind of thing.
Yeah, blankets. Yeah, thermal blankets, things like that.
Oh wow.
So it's all here. So we're gonna give this for the right person probably this or next week to just deliver to Ukraine side, maybe on more on the closer to the war zone for soldiers and maybe people they are still there who need us.
Wow.
So yeah, so we do wherever we do everything we could for because if you have a band, if you have some kind of people that know you can use that. You can use that, and it is all. Every artist, every like more or less famous people should use this let's say power to make something helpful in this kind of situation. So that's quite normal for me.
Well, the album might be about how bad humanity is, but there's definitely a lot of humanity here. So I just wanted to say thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we are humans have bright and dark side. So it's all yin yang inside of us. It's good. It's the white side. It's growing more. The dark side, it's needed sometimes as well.
You have the balance, haven't you?
Yeah. Balance is important. All right. Thank you very much. Thanks so much.
It's been really, really great to chat to you, man. I really, really appreciate you taking the time, and congratulations on the album. It's absolutely amazing. As you know, I'm a big fan, ever since Organic Hallucinosis and all that sort of stuff, man.
Awesome, man. Thanks very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Last question is mine. Because you already hear the album, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It was like one song you maybe like a little bit more, or just something which comes to your mind like immediately when you've been listening to this album?
No, I would probably.
If you don't remember, that's okay.
I quite liked Ours as Battlegrounds. That was one I really, really liked. It was a bit like probably more different. And obviously Hello Death. I've got the track listing in front of me because like when I hear it, I kind of know which one it is more, but I really liked Locked because that's just like, like 1 minute.
Yes. All right. Thanks very much. Okay, cool.
No,
thanks a lot. That was a cool interview. All right.
Thank you so much, Vogg.
Yes. Have a great evening, man.
You too. Take care, man. Bye.